It has really, really, really been a lot of people I've been praying for. Even woke up in the night last night and was praying for a lot of you. But I wanted you to know that I have been stuck on a scripture. And I've just gone over it and over it and over it. Shared it with some shut-ins. There's the story in the New Testament of, it's actually in 2 of the Gospels, and you put the way each of the men told it and you get the entire story. But I'm just going to paraphrase it. Jesus was along the coast of Tyre and Sidon. That's kind of along Israel's coast that borders with the Mediterranean. And he, for some reason, wanted to be just go home with somebody, and probably like a lot of us, just stop, rest. Sometimes as public people, you just kind of wear out and think, I just need to rest a while. But anyhow, whatever his reason, all of a sudden there is a woman who is crying after him. And she is saying that her daughter is possessed of a devil. Now the disciples step in and they're going to handle it. They ask him just to run her off. Just make her leave. You know, we as Christians aren't always the way we ought to be. And sometimes we're just not thinking, and we don't spend the time with people that we need to spend, and we're not as welcoming as we ought to be. We're human too, and sometimes we just drop the ball. And that's what the disciples did. They pretty much just dropped the ball. Just get rid of her. And then when she finally got to Jesus, she worshiped him and she fell at his feet and she was crying and she was a mess. She had a daughter that was possessed of the devil. And I don't know what the daughter was doing, but I've seen plenty of people possessed of the devil. And I can tell you, they do an awful lot of things. And it was troubling her. It was bothering her until she couldn't rest. She was willing to do something, anything, to get some help for this girl. And she asked the Lord to heal her daughter. And this is one of the few times that the Lord kind of tested faith or resisted a little. And the Lord said to her, it's not meet that I give the bread for the children to the dogs. Ooh. Meaning by that, you are a Gentile, you are a Canaanite, you're a Greek, a Syrophoenician. You're not a Jewish person, and I'm here in this particular part of the covenant of the Bible to minister to Jews. And so they get the bread, and I can't take the bread and give it to dogs. Now, you know, most of us, people quit church today over, if somebody dreamed something was going to happen, they'd probably quit going to church. People quit serving Jesus for any reason. It's pitiful what people are doing to Jesus. But this woman, even though Jesus rebuffed her, so to speak, and said, you're not a Jewish lady, and I can't give you the children's bread. She didn't rush off like we would, or, I've seen people at the drive-thru that got a hamburger instead of a cheeseburger, peel out and tell the person off. And, I've seen people be rude and awful about a lot of things. But she wasn't even rude or awful when Jesus said, I can't give you the bread that belongs to the children. I'm going to give I can't give the bread from the table to a dog. But instead, she said, and this is the most touching thing, she said, but Lord, don't the dogs get the crumbs? I am a Canaanite woman. I am not a Jewish woman. I am not, I don't have any clout. I don't have anything to claim. But Lord, if you just brush me off a crumb, it'd be enough. And the Lord was so impressed with that answer. Can't you imagine how good he felt? It's kind of like sometimes when you're when you're teasing one of your little ones or whatever, and they come and just love you and hug you. And the other day, Kinsey wasn't feeling well, and all of a sudden she came to me and just laid her little head down on my chest and just hugged me, and laid her little cheek next to mine and just hugged me, and it just felt so wonderful. And then she got down, and I watched her. She went into the kitchen, and Roger was standing there, and she wrapped her little self around his leg and hugged him. And she just wasn't feeling well. She needed attention. And you know, the Lord, he had to feel like a baby hugging him, except it was an adult woman willing to let herself be tested and still say, Lord, I'm going to pursue you. I need you to touch my daughter. I need this daughter free. And I can't fight this devil. I don't know anybody else. There is nobody else that can fight this. If I can't have bread from the table, just brush me off a crumb, and a crumb from you, Lord, will get the job done. Wow. How do you treat Jesus? How do you treat him? How do you treat him? How are you going to treat him Sunday? How do you treat him when it's Bible study time? How do you treat him when it's prayer time? How do you treat him when you just need to be teaching his word as you live through the day?